Do I look greasy at all?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Thereheis, here from Austin, Texas, based in Austin, Texas. I'm a producer, DJ, creative, saxophonist as well. Go by the name Thereheis.
What is it you do?
So I am, right now as a creative, a producer, a DJ, play saxophone occasionally.
Like, where are your parents from?
My parents?
Yeah, where are you?
My family's here from the States. My mom is from Pennsylvania, actually, and my dad is from Texas. So I was born in Germany. Is this a part of the interview?
Huh?
Blooper reel, look at that. What brought me here? Yeah. I pretty much grew up an Austinite, I would say, and went to school in San Antonio, UTSA. And then after I wrapped up there, came back to Austin, and that's kind of where I am today.
What makes your space unique?
Yeah, I would say like the art in my place whenever it's up. I feel like the art around me really inspires me, really kind of shows me why I'm even creating in the first place after a long day. Well, because I usually have music on like all the time, specifically jazz music, to go back to that. It really helps me to recenter myself. So I have a Basquiat. I don't know if anyone knows that. You know, it's just something that was passed down. Just kidding, I don't have a Basquiat. Say it's like Tish Barzanji. That's how you want to say his name. I really, really love his work visually. So.
And how would you say that your space defines your music?
I feel like with my own sound, I guess, and I'll be better about putting like some links so you guys can maybe follow along or whatever. But yeah, with my music, it's, I would say, a little minimal, and I feel like that's kind of the way my place is too, especially now at this point in my life. Just like just really finding that flow, you know what I mean, just within my room or like my living space.
And what gravitated you towards your artistry and creative work?
Oh man, that's I feel like that's kind of an easy one. From like, you know, three years old, like my dad playing like jazz albums and playing like old R&B albums, playing classical music as well. My parents were big believers in kind of like that Mozart effect / you know, theory. I feel like that's kind of what birthed my love for the saxophone, which I ultimately, you know, played down the line in my life. And I always remember riding in my dad's car and him always having the same like 5, you know, albums in rotation. John Coltrane, Miles Davis, you know, Thelonious Monk.
What would you say fuels your creativity / imagination?
What fuels my creativity? Man, everything is kind of shaped through everyone's own eyes and perception, and how we experience those things ultimately just affect what we put out as well from that. And whether that be from media, like from actual movies, which I feel like I get a lot of my inspiration from creatively, just experiences and like the interactions, my relationships, like I feel like that's all owed to, or just like my creativity is owed to all of those things. And I feel I consume a lot of anime, I consume a lot of movies, film, comic books in general, and that is something that I really feel like is a huge inspiration for me. Jeez, this is harder than I thought. I'm spending time with my friends and my family, like, and I'm not to sound cliche at all, like seriously, like that's something that I've always leaned into, and I grew up an only child, so, and you know, you guys know that too. I really leaned into my relationships to kind of really, just really help me be able to navigate some things, or to be able to just like get different perspectives too, instead of just talking to my own reflection most of the time. And I don't do that, but I was just like
Who would you say is your dream collaboration?
Thundercat.
Thundercat?
Thundercat, absolutely Thundercat, because I really feel like, and dear God, Thundercat, if you watch this ever in the future, man, like I would love to work with you. But visually, auditorily, if that's even a word, I really see and resonate with the vision that he creates as a creative and musician all the way around. Jesus Christ. It all started when, look at us.
Where are you right now in your journey?
I feel like I'm in transit in my journey. I'm not where I am going to be yet, but I'm getting there.
How do you want your listeners to feel when they turn on your music?
I want them to feel at home. I want them to feel like I touched something that was something that they may have experienced in life, and they brought it back and they're like, oh, I actually like this, and create that serotonin, that dopamine. I try to incorporate sounds that you are familiar with and things that can make you feel at home too, just stuff like that.
How does the world around you influence your music?
I feel like that all of that makes up music all together, like whether that be from Africa, whether that be from Europe, you know, South America, like every place has their unique sounds, and I feel like that's how it affects me, because I try to dig for everything, literally everything.
How does space affect your imagination?
So space, as you know, is limitless. It is something that we still don't understand, something that is boundless, as far as we know. My imagination is boundless. It you know, has no end, will never end, and will something that will always keep growing and never cease to not exist.
And how do you place yourself in this multiverse of talent?
I'm the protagonist. So I feel like I am really focused on my story, and while also being a component for other people's creative journeys as well.
Describe your music as a universe.
My universe would be filled with things that are teeming with life, such as Earth, and other things that can make it a perfect environment and atmosphere for such things, or a planet. But
what is your worst fear when it comes to your music?
I guess my own fear would just not being as authentic as possible, or like organic as possible with my own art and the things that I create. Like, always stay true to what you're creating and what you're doing, because that's what's ultimately going to fuel your creativity overall. Just being around individuals who have told me as such, and being able to really fully realize, like, you know, just even now as like an adult, like you are running your own race, you pay your own bills, like no one else has that right to dictate, you know what I mean, like what you create, how you create stuff.
Where do you plan to go from here?
That's a good question. I plan to keep exploring. Like I plan to keep exploring just how I create, and the things that I am inspired to create. From going from here, I will always keep exploring that, find new ways and new avenues to create, whether that be from graphics, whether that be from producing, whether that be from DJing, playing saxophone, just.
Who is someone you want us to do a conversation with? Who is someone you'd like to see in a conversation with?
Man, there were so many creatives, and just because I say one doesn't mean like we shouldn't talk to anybody else. Just a little preface, but I say the explorer of John Horace. Yeah, not many people know who he is, but he's also a fellow explorer like myself, who has probably a lot of things to say and a lot of things and experiences to kind of also talk about. So I'd say John Horace, wherever he is. Yeah.
Finally, who are people that you like to give a shout out to?
Thank you. No one. That is all. Just kidding. No. I would like to give a shout out to HUBBLEDVISION first and foremost. You know, everybody who's making this come into fruition. You know, this has been going on for 2 years now, and everything that has led up to this point has not been easy. And you know, me being a part of that process and seeing kind of behind the scenes, I'm very grateful to the HUBBLEDVISION family, to everything that this has created and everything that this has birthed. Like my mother and my father too. And I'll just go ahead and do it just for the sake of it, like, Santos, Jerome, Jamie, Simone, wherever he is. So I'm just kidding. Simone, thank you, man. John Matthew, Julian, my co-pilot, thank you so much, man. Y'all always hold it down. And yeah, I definitely am very, very thankful. Yeah, get it. Hey, man. Oh! Talking about the great Lindsay Laser Smith. Whoa. Wow. Sorry, let me try not to, man. If y'all haven't seen yet, y'all need to come correct. Go peep her work, man. Lindsay Laser Smith, Laser on Instagram, but let's go ahead and do it. Here, I'll take this one.